This conference will now be recorded.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ready to call this meeting to order on Monday morning at 10 a.m. The first order of business, do we need public comments?
No.
The first order of business, I'm going to move that we recess into executive session in order to discuss department head performances and evaluations pursuant to KSA 75-4319B for personal matters for non-elected personnel. And just the board will be present until 11:50 a.m. when this open session to resume back in commission chambers follows the closed session.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It's 4-0.
Okay. We will be back at 12:30. Or 11:50. 11:50.
Sometime.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, out of the first executive session, no decisions. We're going to go back in. It'll be from 12:50 or 11:53 to 12:30 for this. Move to order to the.
Better what you do till 12:25.
12:25. Okay, we'll end it at 12:25.
Dave made it.
And in order to discuss department head performance evaluation pursuant to KSA 75-4319B for personnel matters of non-elected personnel, with just the board present until 12:25.
Second.
Second by Kent. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. By the way, go back in.
12:25.
Okay, we'll be
I
back
gotta make
at
a quick pit stop.
12:25.
Oh,
The
you go
regular
ahead.
meeting
Well,
starts
you
at
go first.
12:30.
All right, I'll be quick. Okay, here's the.
All right.
Oh,
Just one second.
We're gonna adjourn this meeting. Is that right?
No.
This conference will now be recorded.
Recess.
Out of executive session, no decisions. I move that our work session ends. That's my motion.
I'll second it.
Have a second by Dave. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. So the work session's over with. In a few minutes, we'll be opening up for a regular meeting at 12:30. So,
Okay, so we're recessed now until,
recess.
or you're adjourned until 12:30. Okay. All right, so we'll start the regular meeting at 12:30.
This conference will now be recorded.
We'll start this county commission meeting off with flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, March 8th, 12:30. This is a brand new meeting time for Marion County. Brad, I see you here, and we'll see if this works out for everybody. Moving ahead here, I have one thing to add to the agenda that after Joel Lindsay down there at 1:30, we'll probably take public comments and commission comments, but then the last thing we'll do is probably go back, if we have time this afternoon, go into executive session to finish the department head evaluation. So is all commissioners okay with that?
Yes.
If we got the time, okay? All righty.
Did you need to add any county councilor time to the agenda today? Okay.
Nothing today. Okay. So I'll get right into the public comments. see if there's any public comments up there. Anybody see anything?
Nope.
Okay. That agenda, the additions, what I had on there. Otherwise, we'll move into administrative business.
Okay. Travis Parmley is with us. He has an administrative item that we found out about after the agenda already went out, and so it's basically a bookkeeping thing, and
Okay.
but it does need board approval. So
Yeah. Okay.
Slight clerical error in vacation accrued for one of my employees. Had not accrued the 80 hours of vacation for the last 2 years. So we fixed that, which puts him over the amount of hours he can have. So I would request that we have about 3 months to get him to use up to the level, use down to the level of hours he can carry by rule.
Does any commission have any comments?
It's tough. Just a bookkeeping error.
Correct.
this particular employee went from part-time to full-time, and so, and it happens to be in January, and our system has an issue with accruing vacation in January. It's kind of a manual process. So it was completed, I think for his first and second year, and then it was missed last year, and then this year in January. So that was something that should have been added, and if it had been, they would have known what the balance was.
Okay. So nobody apparently has no problem. What do you think, 3 months? You think you can get it done?
Yeah, if we do it 3 months, I think
Get
that'd
it
be
down.
great. Yep.
Okay. I make the motion to approve this employee's carryover for 90 days. That's my motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Dave Mueller. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. 5-0.
That's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now it's your turn. I think it was your turn, and I think he just butted in front of you.
Okay, I have a COVID update from Deidre.
Oh.
Uh, Yeah, I've got a few things, Lloyd,
Oh.
and then it'll be free.
You got administrative business first.
I mean, you can sit there, you're fine,
You're all
but
right.
it's not your turn yet.
You can get a little
Lloyd,
Sorry.
welcome aboard today. We're having just a few minor difficulties. We're gonna get straight down
It's
here.
that 9 o'clock chain. I'm
Yeah, I
way
know,
off
it's
here,
crazy.
so.
You're okay, we'll tell
Tina,
you.
go right, it's all Brad's fault.
It is my
fault. So anyway, Tina, go right ahead.
Okay, I do have a COVID update from Deidre. As of 7:30 a.m., we are at 640 positive confirmed PCR cases, 371 probable, 8 active, 0 hospitalizations as of Thursday, and 24 vital statistic confirmed deaths. Percent positivity for Marion County increased slightly, however, we remain in the yellow. As of this morning, the rolling 14-day positivity rate for, through February 27th is 8.4%. We received Pfizer vaccine and a limited supply of Johnson & Johnson. So currently we have vaccine from all 3 manufacturers. The pod on March 10th is scheduled for 400 booster doses. The pod on March 11th is scheduled for prime doses, which we have the capability of administering 400 doses. Both pods are at Tabor College and are by appointment only. At the pod on Wednesday, March 3rd, there were 200 booster doses and 18 prime doses administered. On March 5th, there was 102 phase 2 individuals vaccinated by the health department staff, along with Bruce and Belinda Skiles, Dina Braun, registered nurses volunteering, Travis in observation, and Marcy assisted with registration. 42 doses were transferred to Hillsborough Community Hospital for administration by them. Again, thank you to the hospitals, volunteers, and other businesses that have assisted with pods, and thank you to the county commissioners for their assistance and allowing other county offices to assist. She is working on state fiscal year 2022 aid to local grants, which will need a signature. And actually, she gave me the signature page of that for this meeting. So, and that was the update for Deidre.
And Dave, you said you have Wednesday taken care of, Wednesday and Thursday now?
You know, a couple if you show up. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it should be. The weather's gonna be nice.
All right, just checking with you. Okay.
Okay, since we just talked about the grant application, is it okay if we go ahead and do the approval of it and signatures? And you may just want to read out the amounts and what they're for.
Grant application signature page for State Department of Health and Environment. The program is an Immunization Action Plan, IAP, $3,000, $181.04. Public Health Emergency Preparedness, PHEP, $14,709.04. The state formula, $8,018 even. Total of $25,908.08. Make a motion to approve this grant application.
Second.
Second by Kent. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Same sign if they oppose. 5-0.
Is this federal or state grant?
This is state of Kansas, yes.
And then sign where it says the Board of Public Health.
Local Board of Public Health.
Yep.
In case I goof, you're supposed to help me out.
I understand.
In your packet, you had information for the senior citizens meeting. There's an update regarding the roofing repairs, the schedule. You had department revenue reports. Then we have the minutes of March 1st.
Has anybody, or everybody taken a look at the minutes of March 1st?
A motion to approve.
Have a motion by Jonah to approve, March 1st, second by Dave Mueller. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, 5-0.
Okay, we do have some change orders.
Just lucky here. Didn't have any. We do have some today.
We have some salary changes.
Okay, this is in the ambulance department. Salary change for Kevin Marler, from 1318 to 1530. Advancement from EMT to paramedic. Whoops. This is still an ambulance. Evan Moore, from 1530 to 1555, effective 2/21/21. Raise a 6-month raise as a paramedic. Sheriff's Department, salary change for Christopher Lynn. Oh, this is a new deputy. It's 1732 for new deputy sheriff. This is under the Sheriff's Department. Road Bridge Maintenance, salary change for Preston Williams from 2801 to 2829, effective 3/16/21. 1-year raise as a mechanic.
Chairman, it sounds like we're having some audio issues, so I may have to end the meeting and come back in.
Okay. You want to go ahead and do that then?
Yep.
Okay, well.
Okay. The IT guy is here, and we have problems. This is not good. Okay, I just put a comment out that we're gonna end it and try again, so.
Okay. That was too strong. Don't want our signal.
Lloyd has that bubble with it.
Well, it shouldn't be that.
You block out all communication.
Now that we're off, I will say this, as the meeting began, you came up, it started, and it closed. I tried logging in 4 additional times.
You talking about the recess period? We
That's
came out of
because we had
executive. And
I
then we-
know that, I saw that.
Yeah.
And then you took a break, and then you came back in here about 12:30, and the meeting came up, and it was gone.
That's
And
because
then
we
it
had a
let me back
recess.
in, but I'm waiting in the waiting room.
Phyllis, would you mind going out and trying to come back in again? Ask if you'd go out and come back in, see if that.
No, I had to come over
Okay,
here.
all right.
Sometimes.
No harm, no foul.
You already did that to me.
Okay, all right.
Went out, came back in.
Throw flag in here.
See
I
what
think
kind of fun you missed.
it's been doing that sometimes, and I can just get out and come back in, and it usually works.
And things were going so smooth.
They were.
Till we had to get to use the technology.
When we took a break, that's when it sounds like it went haywire.
I'm gonna go all the way out and come back in.
thing is, it still showed me. I walk in here and it still showed me. Of course, my computer's still on.
You're still in it.
Okay. I see that free press is on. Can you hear the meeting now?
I never did hear it say it's gonna be recorded.
Well, I haven't done that part yet.
Okay.
Can anyone on the electronic meeting chime in and let me know if you can hear now?
Hear it, John? Are you hearing it?
And she says no.
How much money did we spend on this equipment?
Or something simple.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
That works.
Turn it on now.
I'm trying. I'm getting there.
Getting there.
Use John's laptop.
This is just controlling the camera. This is coming in from here to there. So let's see. Settings. Computer audio is on. Okay. This is on. Okay, can anyone hear now?
I don't know if that
I
was when-
unplugged it for a second, so can you hear? Okay, it's not working now, so.
It's probably when I turned on my mic is when I was working, and it caught feedback. We don't want to do that.
Yeah. Usually it says specifically which port it's in, and it's not, so. There it is. Yeah, that seems to be, this is the weak link right here. Okay. How about one more time?
I would, well, that.
Can you hear? Testing, testing. Sorry about this, everybody. Yeah, there's really not. How about now? It said it blipped for seconds and then back off. Connection is bad. She says it's.
Now you're good, you know.
Thank you. Sorry about that, everybody.
Hold it. That one. It's a blade. I hope you guys
Shouldn't have corporate. Yeah.
Well,
And re-plugged it in.
I did that too, and this and
Bad
this,
plug-ins.
it's all kind of tight, so I think we're good now, sorry about that. All right, I think, let me get it recording, and then you should be able to go on with salary change sheets.
This conference will now be recorded.
We did them.
Oh, you got, okay, got them all done. So we had Kevin Marler, Evan Moore, Christopher Lyon, and Preston Lyon.
Yes.
Okay. So last week I forgot to actually have you go out and look at the stairs on the north side. So would you please look at that when you leave, or, you know, if we want to do it together later, it's fine. I do have early payments in the amount of $145,607.61.
This was in our packet, the check, right?
Yes.
Make a motion to approve the $145,607.61.
I have a motion by Jonah to approve the early checks for $145,607.61. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Dave Mueller. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Unanimous. Books coming around. That's the way you got it, right?
Okay.
The only other thing that I wanted to do during administrative time was to just check with you about your March 29th and March 31st meetings. So prior to changing the meeting times, you would not have met on the, by prior board action, you would not have met on Monday, the 29th.
Somebody say something?
I can't hear you if you answer me, but you don't have any audio again.
For God's sake.
Wow.
Okay. What about now?
Here you go.
Can you hear it now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing over there, Jonah? You gonna just sit there and hold it?
I hit this one again. This is USB.
Okay.
Hold it. Just hold it.
Okay.
It doesn't
If
matter.
Jonah doesn't keep his finger on it, can you still hear it?
Over there, hold
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
See, it's coming through the webcam, that's why. Right now, the microphone, oh no, yeah, it keeps just switching to the webcam. So it's probably quiet. If I switch it back to the USB, which is where it's supposed to be. Can you hear now? Nope. Okay, so I'm just gonna probably put it through my computer. I'm gonna put it through my computer. They should be able to hear now. Can you hear now?
Yes.
So you're gonna have to, I'm just gonna have to repeat everything because they're not gonna hear any of you. Okay. Maybe we can get it working right if you, I think you'll have an executive session for cybersecurity, so.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna move into,
Sorry, what I was gonna ask you before I lost sound again was about the March 29th and March 31st meetings. Do you wanna have a regular meeting on March 29th, Monday at 12:30, and then just do payday only at 9 o'clock on the 31st? Or how are you gonna structure that?
it's up to the commission here, how, I mean, that's, you can see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, if we have one meeting that week, we usually do it at the regular time, which would be 12:30. If you want just a payday meeting that morning, we can do that. I mean, but we get used to afternoons at 12:30, so I don't know.
Well, which payday has to be at the end of the month, though, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we gotta move Monday to.
Either do two or.
Yeah, either do two.
It would be preferable if you would either have a regular meeting on Monday and then just do payday on the 31st in the morning. If it's better if we had to do payday in the morning if possible, because we have administrative things that we need to take care of with the payday to get the checks in the mail and everything else. So if we don't do if we do it in the afternoon, I think it's doable, but it's just not as good. So.
I'll make a motion that we have a regular meeting on the 29th at 12:30, and the special payday meeting at 9 o'clock on the 31st.
This must be a regular payday meeting,
Regular payday,
because we have to have that at 9.
yeah.
Okay, so I have a motion by Dave. Do I hear a second? Second by Dave Mueller. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Okay.
5-0.
Thank you. That helps me to know how to schedule things. So, okay.
Make the banking system work.
That's all.
Okay, you ready?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay, we're gonna move into our regular meeting with Lloyd Davies on the tech security and stuff. And go ahead and tell us would we need to go right into executive session with you, or?
Yes, everything in here is, I thought might be able to go over the service exchange, an email server, but there's some issues from this morning I have to go over.
I think it would be good to go into executive,
Yeah, okay.
and then if there's things that need to be discussed after or outside, you can.
Okay. Keep that in mind, Lloyd, that,
Okay.
you know, the personal private stuff needs to be kept private, but anything
Okay.
public, we need to come out and talk about it.
Perfect.
Okay?
Perfect.
How long a time with that would you probably need?
I told
She
him
told
he
me
needs
keep
to
it under
limit it
3
to
hours.
30 minutes for us to start with.
First would be 30 minutes then?
Yeah.
Okay. I move that we recess into executive session in order to discuss cybersecurity update pursuant to KSA 75-4319B for matters related to security measures with Lloyd Davies, the board, Tina, and Brad, if everybody's with that, okay? Until, let's see, we'll go in at 1:05 and come out at 1:35. Open session to resume back here in commission room. I make the motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Jonah. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. 5-0.
Okay, back at 1:35.
That's what,
It depends if they shut you down or not.
I haven't yet.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, coming out of executive session, no decisions. We will go back in for another short 5-minute session. Same thing, cybersecurity update, correct, Lloyd?
Yes.
Okay. I move that we recess into executive session in order to discuss cybersecurity update pursuant to KSA 75-4319B for matters related to security measures with Lloyd Davies, board, Tina, and Brad. We will go in at 1:38, 1:39. Go ahead, 1:39. We'll come out at 1:44. That's my motion.
Second.
Second by Jonah. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. 5-0. Thank you. Go back in for 5.
Oh, man.
Guys, you want to announce?
Okay, coming out of executive sessions, no decisions made.
Can we do a quick sound check
That's all the
now?
information.
Okay, test sound check coming up by Tina.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's just, I'm on the outside looking in, I just listened to
Yeah,
Denzel,
keep
you
testing
know.
or-
He gives me the same speech. and,
Hey,
okay,
she says they can
whatever we
hear.
need to take care of.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, for heaven's
5
sake.
seconds.
All righty.
Need to get you guys together sometime.
Thank you, Lloyd.
Talk shop.
Appreciate you catching
Thanks, Lloyd.
this up with us and
Yeah.
stuff. If there's any questions, any commissioner can stop and ask you
Yeah,
what's going
yeah,
on.
give me a call or email me, so.
Okay. Thank you.
We'll
Lloyd.
visit more often. Thanks, guys.
All right.
And Tina.
And we have Mr. Road and Bridge, Bryce Goble next up.
Yeah, everything's gonna work fine now.
Really?
Everything's gonna work fine.
You just jinxed yourself, you realize?
Nope, the tech guy's leaving.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Sure.
Very much.
Kind of like Westar was here the other day and the generator kicked off.
Been a while since we've seen each other.
Yes, yes, I'm just, wow, you look so distinguished.
That's what that is.
Gotcha. I can see other things, but distinguished is the first word.
Yeah, I
You're on,
understand.
you're on camera now.
Yes, yes, yes. All right, most of the stuff that I had was basically updates of things that are going on. Contacted the tree cutters, they were waiting on to see if they got a contract in Wichita, but they may start as early as next week on that. They're obviously a regional, national company, so he said, based on what's going on, they may be able to put several crews on it and get it done, hammered out. He wanted to get it done as soon as possible also. Roofing update, they have completed the shop roof. They have put the new tin on the south building, and they just finished the coating of the truck building up here on North Cole. And I believe they were going to the south shop next. I don't know if you said
We had
that.
those updates.
Yes, I wasn't for sure. They were, these coatings and everything were, they wanted to make sure trucks stay about 50 at night. What they found out was, they didn't realize it, but the skylights down here at the south shop building, the north one, were longer than what they anticipated. So those weren't in yet, so that's why they were going to the other buildings. So, but anyway, now that this weather, they're actually moving quite well. I guess I'd like to propose something with the commission, at least pass it through there. Seems like we're doing an awful lot of entrance culverts, stuff like that people are calling in about. With the being short of experienced people and stuff like that, I would like to ask the commission if they would be okay with if I went back and basically concentrated on our crossroad pipes first. Because it seems like we're always out there working on those entrance pipes and we're not getting to the crossroad culverts as much as we need to. So if you guys would have any problem with that, it's not as though we won't do them, but I'd really like to concentrate more on that. But I mean, we get 2-3 calls a week for entrance pipes. And so, and most of it comes down to, the fact is that when they were first built, most of our trucks were single axle trucks, so they're 20, 22, maybe 24 feet wide, but now they're trying to get a semi in there, and they want 30 plus. So, but anyway, so.
How did we put a value on that? Because now growing season's coming up, they're looking at harvest here in 3 months or so, so they're wanting it in for this year, and they're calling in now, and we've got crossroad pipes to get in, so how do you, I understand both sides of the story here,
Yeah.
but.
Well, and I wish, the thing is that kills me is just losing the experienced operators. If we had experienced operators, they could do a lot more, but that's where we are. I just, I was talking with Steve and he said we're probably 75-25 as far as percentages on, we do 75% entrance pipes compared to 25% crossroads. So, but the other thing we're trying to do is when we're out there doing culverts, we're trying to do all the culverts we can in the general vicinity. So, you know, so that's helping, but I mean, still, if we're doing one crossroad, we do 3 entrances, you know, it's still taking time away. But it's just something to consider, so. And I guess it'd be nice if, maybe I could go back and look at our culvert order and find out exactly what that is, or our culvert list, to see where we are. We are in the process of trying to order some more culverts. We not only need more, but the price of steel, I guess, is going up in April. So we want to get an order in before then. I'm hearing steel's going up as much as 25% a month on things, so kind of crazy. So anyway, NRCS update, they are done with both projects except for the seeding, which we were going to try to do next week. We've been holding off trying to get the ground as warm as we can to get a better stand. They're doing hydro seeding on both of them, so they'll be able to do both projects probably the same day. Take them longer to drive from place to place. So the only thing that would be left, would be finishing up the fence on the north project, and then the south one will be done also. So crushed concrete. They're going pretty well. They've had a lot of breakdowns. I don't know if it's the first job out of the year, or if it's bad luck. Well, he says it's bad luck. I don't know, but anyway. So.
Well, they got a pretty good sized pile.
Yeah, I think they're pretty close to 2,000 tons already, according to the scales. So we're trying it on some roads right now just to see how it lays down and works. So we're going to monitor those. So I guess that's it. Other than I would ask for 5 to 10 minutes executive session to discuss some personnel stuff.
Before we get there, I'd like to tell you the trees on 60th look pretty good. I mean, the guys did those trees out there, I think he just did it with a hoe. I think cleaned them up, but it looks nice. It needs to be done, and I noticed it right off the get-go at the end of the day.
Yeah, we're gonna do 60th as well as Nighthawk ourselves when we're redoing the pipes and stuff through there, but just had some free time for
What do you like to go into executive session for personnel?
Personnel, yes.
Performance, or?
Except for hiring.
I would say probably yes. Let's do the hiring one.
Okay. For how long? 10 minutes?
Let's do 10 minutes.
Okay. Move that we recess into executive session or discuss personnel pursuant to KSA 75-431-9B for non-elected personnel hiring personnel with the board and Brad and Bryce for 10 minutes. That will be from 1:54 to 2:04. No, that's right. 1:54. I'm giving her a couple minutes to get in there. Giving her some time. Second by Kent. All those in favor say aye. Aye. 1:54 to 2:04.
It will now.
There was a few comments about, hey, there's Tina, you know. And so.
Yeah.
But
This conference will now be recorded.
I'm laughing with you, Tina. I'm
Okay.
laughing with you.
Out of executive session, no decisions, other than our county clerk is about to zap our lead Bryce out of here just real quick like.
Do I have permission?
You have permission to zap it out. No, we're moving ahead. Bryce, what else you got?
That's it. Like I said, other than that stuff we talked about with ODOT, but unless you guys have anything else.
No, I said my piece about the
Good.
60th. Yeah.
Did you get your consensus on the crossroad culverts?
Well, let me get back to find out what we have on the books compared to crossroads, compared to entrance pipes.
Right.
And, you know, like I said, it's not that we don't want to do them, but I'd sure like to get those crossroads in.
Right.
We've got some crossroads that are big problems.
The only thing would be is if you're in the area and there's
Yeah.
a couple right.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that some of these entrances could be mound entrances
Yep.
versus culverts.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's when they
Yeah.
apply, you try
Sure.
to emphasize that, but
Yeah.
mound entrances just work so much
Okay.
better.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
all right, anything else?
Thank you, Bryce.
That's it, thanks. All right.
Good afternoon, Mr. Enzi.
Afternoon.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, so I'm here for updates. I got 6 copies of these. It's just numbers for past 5 years or so. So looking at those numbers, 283 criminal cases, obviously the big chunk of what I deal with, a little up from last year. Total cases, don't have the number at the bottom, this was from the clerk's office upstairs, it was 1,011 cases compared to 960 last year. Obviously COVID last year, so I think some of the sync cases, without kids being at school, eyes on the kids, have a little less sync cases. Sync cases, child needed care cases. I think that's the reason for those numbers being a lot different. Juvenile offender, I think a lot of kids going through the IIP, which is the intervention program that's pre-charging diversion for juvenile kids. And haven't had many jury trials. I think we'll have more jury trials this year, so people need to be probably expecting more jury service summons and things, just because of everything getting pushed back. So we have a lot more jury trials scheduled this year. We are doing criminal mediation, which I think is helping to alleviate some of that, to get the judge in the district to come in and not act as a judge, but just to have somebody in the middle to try to see both sides of the cases and tell me where he thinks I might be wrong or where the defense might have some problems, and then try to come to an agreement there. And I think that's helped. We had it once before. I think it does help to resolve some of the criminal cases so that we're not having so many jury trials, but it'll be more time for citizens in the community, as well as paying for some witness fees and things like that come out of the budget. But it's just part of doing business.
Juvenile offender. Are they first times? Are they somebody that's,
Anything from, usually the first time it'll go to that pre-charging diversion, most of the time, depending on what it is. But a juvenile offender can be anything.
It just surprises me. There's a lot less school times, a lot more trouble time usually. So, but maybe they're not doing this. Maybe they're just being mischievous and not being.
They're smarter now.
And being major trouble, I guess.
I have a personal thank you for handling the case that was down at Peabody where somebody pulled out a gun on the public, and I think that sent a message to some of the people around there. You're going to do some of this stuff. There is something to pay, and I think he's got up to 2 years, I believe, or 18 months, or with time served, or whatever it was. But I thought it was very good on your part and the court system that we're not scared to send people to jail for doing things that shouldn't be done, and that was one of them. The second thing is if every commissioner here has a chance to go up and catch Zoom court cases when you're talking about jury expense and things like that. See how a lot of this Zoom stuff is being handled up in our own courtroom right up here. I sat there for 30, 45 minutes one day and watched Judge Powers handle different cases with that. And I mean, you know, the lawyers are from all over the county or state, and they're sitting there and they're not having to drive, and they're still getting the first appearances and that kind of stuff done. So maybe COVID has helped some things to where that will probably maybe continue instead of have to be here in person for the first of, you know, or I plead not guilty or I plead guilty, whatever. And there was some more things up there I listened to, but yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, I think Judge
I listened to a hearing last week from over at the jail, first appearance or whether they're doing all that, and so they're not bringing anybody across the street like normally they do,
yeah,
which is actually good for the public.
Yeah.
So some of that is, yeah, some of that is good.
So in the beginning of all this, COVID kind of pushed us into a technology we already had. We just never have been forced to do it. And now, hopefully, we'll get to a place where we don't want to live without it. But we'll see. No, I'd echo what Randy said. Very, very nice to have a little bit of a change in the county to know that things are being handled.
I mean, there's some things, you know, I mean, obviously, that, like a case like that, I mean, it's, when you pull a weapon and scare a bunch of people, I mean, that's the price you gotta pay, I mean, but trying to judge between probation and prison and what that looks like is obviously a decision that you gotta make.
It's not easy either.
No, it's not. That's, it's, yeah, it's just not.
Nobody realizes how tough a job he's got.
Well, first of all, it's the police officer out there's gotta be the judge and jury real quick, like to handle the case. Then to give it to the lawyer, and then to the judge, and that's the next thing, but, I mean, you gotta be the judge and jury when you're wearing the badge out there to get the person under control and to the system. And that's, and this person did a fair job of it. No, it seemed to be handled pretty good to me, from what I know of this situation.
And then you get judged by all the Monday morning quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Well, thank you for that. Is there anything else going on in your department?
Oh, I think we're running out a little bit of room in our office, but there's some, I think it's just.
I've been here 16 years and we haven't improved on that too much. So, it is a tight office up there, yes.
It is. It is. I mean, just trying to find a place for the files and things, but it's just.
Just remember what he said. Another building. I'd love to have a building over here where we can take some of your files, and then you have some of the registered deed files in your vault and stuff. This vault's full down here for the registered deeds. Your vault's full, and we need some room to do some of this stuff. So we can maybe get some out.
We do.
Secure storage is the cheapest.
Yeah.
Cheapest building.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Any questions?
No, I don't have any.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, it is now 2:15. The only thing I had that I put on the agenda was for the executive session to finish department head evaluations, but I'd like to take public comments unless somebody has anything else right here. Look like Brad, any final statements or anything? Tina, you got anything?
Just a reminder about commissioners have the work session tomorrow with WSU, that planning session from 8:30 in the morning till 12:30, and that will be at the city building. And that's a work session with the commissioners, WSU, and the department heads that are available, and so that's not something where you would have public comment and, you know, all of that, but.
8:30 to 12:30?
Yep.
And the basement?
Yes, and I will video record and post online, but we do not have capabilities to do a virtual attendance at that meeting, so.
We have to do a special meeting.
Yes,
Notice.
it's a special meeting, and the agenda for it is in your packet,
Yeah,
it's
that's
the
right.
last thing in
Yeah.
there, so.
So public comments.
Nope.
Not too many on here. Okay, commission comments. I don't have any. Anybody else? No? Okay. And I'd like to move back into executive session if the commission, how do you feel? What kind of time frame you want to do? We have some left. Do you want to do 30 minutes and be done, or do you?
We'll get done in 30 minutes.
I'm gonna say an hour and 15.
An hour 15, perfect.
I
Okay.
think we can get the rest done.
That'd be hour and 15 minutes. That'd be
3:30.
That'll work.
Or do we wanna go 45 and then 45?
Well, if we need to go more than an hour 15, we can have.
Well, I'm just saying, we're
Get it
gonna
done
stay
before
here
that.
till
Oh,
3:30 if we get done before that.
Yeah.
Just go 45.
Yeah.
2:20, 45.
No, I'm okay with staying here and hanging out with you guys, but
Yeah.
not really if we ain't got nothing else to do.
I just figured it'll take the full hour.
Okay, I'd get this done here.
It can always be extended, it can't be perfect.
Play my cards here. Move that we recess into executive session in order to discuss department head performance evaluation pursuant to KSA 75-4319B for personnel matters of non-elected personnel with the board. Yeah, with just the board. We'll release Brad and Tina. From 240,
From,
Two.
from,
217,
217.
okay, yeah, to 220. I was gonna go 220.
302.
Okay, 217 to 302.
Second.
Joe in a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
This conference will now be recorded.
Out of executive session, no decisions. I would have one final comment. Thank you for the commission to stick in here and get this done today, and we'll get these straightened out and get all taken care of. We'll move on. So thank you again for staying and take care of evaluations. I'd make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second by Kent. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Right.
Got a sticky note?
I do.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Dave said,
tomorrow.